was my cousin. Her father and my sister were twins. And I'm probably the only one here that knew her as a child. And you know, as a child, you don't think about when you get older and someone's going to pass on. And I haven't seen a lot of Shani recently, but what I remember about her is kind of perfectly expressed in this poem. And for no reason, I started skipping like a child, and for no reason, I turn into a leaf that is carried so high. That when I saw this, I thought, wow, that really perfectly expresses how I remember her. She was fun and playful and just a great cousin to have. Her family was an anchor for me personally. And her mom was my favorite aunt, and her brother my favorite cousin. So this comes as a great shock. I know, to me, from what I had seen, she was John's anchor, and I know he'll miss her desperately. She was probably one of the strongest women I know and one of the smartest that I have ever known. And this has come far too soon. You always think you have more time. So I will miss her. This is an email from my sister who lives in New Jersey. Shani was my cousin, and she was also fearless leader. That's with a capital F and a capital L. It was a child's game that we played. One of us was Boris, one of us was Natasha, and one was fearless leader, almost always Shani. I remember joyfully walking down Main Street with Shani. We both had 2 quarters. We were going to the fair at the school to ride on the Ferris wheel. But Shani had another idea, and we stopped at a little store just to look at the candy. And we left with a bag full of penny candy. When we returned to Shani's house to explain to Gladys and Frida what we did with our money, we just giggled and said that we spent it on cotton candy rides. Shani always got there first. That was okay because she was 1 year younger and 2 years smarter. She taught my sister Joni and I to swim in a very fast-flowing stream, to jump into very deep water in a cavern near Oneida Lake. Ithaca College was where Shani became a teacher, but she was always a teacher, a leader. Shani went west first before we even thought of moving away from our comfort zones. I called Aunt Gladys a few years after we both graduated college. Where is Shani? She was living in Los Angeles, then Bisbee, Arizona. It was 20 years later before I would visit with her again. She had married John, become a nurse, then co-owner of the Wild Bird Store, a perfect fit for a truly natural person who enjoyed people, animals, music, and life. I will truly miss her. Lori.
I knew Shani, just according to Carmen, the last 12 or 14 years of her life through my involvement with the Gurdjieff group, which I've been in California. And somehow I'm also a piano player, so we have music in common. And we became close friends somehow magically to me, but other people can explain it, but I can't. Anyway, it was a close relationship. I really know just from her staying at my house and staying when she was in California and staying at John and Shani's house when I was here, how much she really loved her husband and her son and daughter and granddaughter. I mean, it just, and just sitting around drinking coffee, it just bubbled out. It was always the story she had to tell. So. And she also had as deep a love, I think, in some ways, in a different direction, in terms of her spiritual life and her application of Gurdjieff's ideas, which he calls work on oneself. And it's her commitment, her depth of understanding, it's hard to put in words, because her understanding was very emotionally based, and she could express that in the group and communicate about these so-called ideas in a very real, deep, emotional way that really, I think, touched everybody that was sensitive to what she was talking about. And I don't know how much the people here realize it, but she was sort of the emotional center and heart and rudder for the group, and went through some very, very difficult times within group stuff, and stuck to her principles, what she believed in, and didn't let people pull her one way or the other. She was very, very strong. When she believed something, she had the strength and courage to take all sets of crap, from other people that she did. And with a smile when she told me about it. I don't care. And so that, I mean, it's a big hole she's left here for the group, and it's going to take, I don't know, 10 or 15 other people just to fill her shoes up. Right? It's really, I mean, I worship her for what she did for the group here. And the other part was the music, of course, since we did have that in common also. She could really play, and I could sort of back it out a little, but not like her. And someone in the group in San Francisco, we had a little 3-day intensive last spring at the land in Northern California, and he heard Shani play for the first time. And he just wrote this thing. His name is Marvin Woodside. And he said, Shani's musicianship made an unforgettable impression on me at the last land intensive. I was moved to uncontrollable tears in a higher emotional state. The gratitude I have for that is indescribable. I kept thanking her, but finally she said, it's not me. So, dear Father, thank you. I'm eternally grateful for your messenger, Shani. She really wished strongly to just be a channel, something open for the music to come through. You know, when it happens, it's wonderful, and you think, oh, that's magic. But it wasn't magic. When she was at my house, and when I was at her house, she'd get up in the morning. Oh, I guess I have to play something at lunch. What am I going to play, damn it? I don't know. Then she'd start diddling away, and no, I don't like that. And, I mean, it was a process that she worked at, and, you know, sometimes she would play a piece. I remember one at my house. It was absolutely beautiful. And then she played it after lunch with 30 or 40 people there. And then something else happened. It was indescribable. It reaches a certain level that she could. It wasn't there at my house. It was beautiful. You would have loved it. But, and it's that, I just wanted to praise again her effort she put into it. It wasn't just a gift that just came with no effort. It was really something, and I love her for that. So, I'm known to run on and on, so I should not shut up before Mark tells me to shut up.
Thank you.
I knew Shani for 30 years, first in Bisbee and then in Tucson. She's like a sister to me. I will miss her desperately, desperately. I'm going to read a few words that were sent by Randy Gingrich in Chihuahua, the Tarahumara, we all work with the Tarahumara, and the Tarahumara believes that every woman has 4 souls. Much love to you, my friend. A woman bears 4 souls. With the passing of a great one, we dance and pray for 4 years. My heart is with you more than ever.